Do you consider what's happened to you? Do you have mental health issues?
I definitely have mental health issues, but if your question is, do I think that being transgender is a mental illness, then no. Up until 2013, it was labeled as a mental illness, but now gender dysphoria and body dysmorphia, because they kind of go hand in hand, they're labeled like that because they need to be diagnosed by a doctor for a medical treatment, but it's not a mental illness. I do have mental health issues, and I believe that every trans person does, but that's because of what we go through, and not because it's a disease.
You see, I've got issues, things that I can't understand, that you're not normal.
What is normal?
In my opinion, you're either male or female, and you tell me you've got mental issues.
I think everyone has mental issues.
It's quite awkward for me not to formulate that you're not normal. If you've got mental issues, you were born male, you're now female, you've gone through, and I do sympathise, but you've gone through a number of different changes, and tell me why I should not consider you mental. It just concerns me that you've now got mental issues because of what's happened to you.
Have you ever felt down? Have you ever been depressed?
I have indeed.
So I could argue that you have mental issues as well.
That's a very good point.
I think everyone has mental health issues at some point in their life. Everyone goes through something that makes them question their identity, question their sexuality. I don't believe, no one is like happy all the time. Everyone has, at some point in their life, experienced a down moment. Does that mean you're crazy? And that this is where a lot of people make the mistake. Mental health issues doesn't mean crazy. Mental health issues means that you're struggling with something. And it shouldn't mean, oh, you're abnormal. Well, what is normal? Do you have a definition for normal? Can you explain to me what you find normal?
I want to go back. You're not getting angry with me, are you?
No, not at all.
I want to understand, when you use words like mental issues, that it takes me back a step or two. It does take me back a step or two.
But do you realize why I would have mental health issues? Because on a daily, I am told I'm not good enough. I'm not really a girl. People don't want to date me because they will think their friends will judge them. People don't want to date me because I can't have children. Do you not think that, so if, for example, if you were walking down the street and I was to scream at you, just anything, would that not make you insecure? Would that not make you feel bad about yourself?
I don't understand where you're going with this.
So if you were to walk down the street and someone would scream something at you,
I would be upset.
Would you be upset?
Yes, indeed.
It would make you question yourself.
Yes, and that happens to you.
And that's how it causes mental health issues.
So you've had that happen.
That doesn't mean I'm crazy.
You've had that happen to you. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
People shout at you on the street.
I've been punched in the face for being myself.
Right. Yeah. Wow.
And that gives people mental health issues.
Yeah. I'm asking because I want to try and get inside and find out, what it's been like for you. It's been hell, I know. But describe hell to me. Describe your innermost feelings. Describe, what a bastard life has been for you. How difficult it's been.
Well,
I'm going to push you on this because I want to know.
Yeah. Okay, but first explain to me what you mean with normal.
50% of the population, roughly, male, 50% female. boys and girls get married, they have kids, the church says, the clergy says.
The church says.
No, you're asking me a question and I'm trying to give you an answer. So it is normal.
No, I'm still being respectful.
It is normal.
Find the church quite funny, that's all.
Maybe not my point of view, but I think the majority of people would accept that boys and girls get married and they have kids, and that's what the world is about. On the edge of that are people that don't fit into that criteria that the majority of the population of the world would accept as normal. Whether I accept it or not, it doesn't matter. That's what normal is, I think, for me and a great majority of the population. You're on the edge of that. So therefore you don't fit into what the majority of the world consider as normal, which makes you abnormal.
Okay. Have you ever been married?
I am married.
Are you still married to the same person?
I am indeed, yeah, 43 years.
That's amazing. That's really amazing.
It's normal, isn't it?
It's normal. I wouldn't say that's normal. I would say that's what the majority of people do, but does that make it normal? I don't think that makes it normal. It creates a standard, but that doesn't mean it's normal. You were talking about the church. Did you engage in sexual intercourse before you were married?
Yes.
There you go. You're abnormal. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as people put a label on it. Why do we put a label on everything?
Absolutely. Why do we put labels on things? Yes.
First of all, I'd say, for me, normal is people who follow what they're told. People who don't ever question anything, who just say, oh yeah, I've been told this, so I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
This is cool, so I'm going to do that. I think that for me is normal. Normal is, for me, boring.
Boring.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But I don't think there should be a thing as normal.
But if
everyone is different, everyone is their own individual person.
That person wants to be boring,
That's totally
wants
fine.
to, that's great.
But that doesn't mean they're normal.
And we don't have to follow that.
No, exactly.
I'm with you on that.
Normal is, it's just a label to keep us in a box.
Yeah. Okay.
It's literally just a label to keep
So you're not abnormal?
No, I'm not abnormal.
But you're not normal either?
I don't think there is such a thing.
Because you're not boring.
I don't think there is such a thing as
But you're not boring, are you?
I'm not at all boring. No, I don't consider myself boring. But there is no such thing as normal.
No.
Everyone is their own individual person.
Absolutely.
There is no such thing as normal or a perfect person. Everyone is different. Every single person.
You're telling me that you're unique?
Everyone is.
Okay.
You're unique as well.
I am.
No one's like you. No one's like me.
No. We're all
People
different.
can try to be.
We're all different.
We're all different. I would say, yes, society has a certain norm that a lot of people adjust to, but that's taught behavior. We are not born with that. That's what we are taught. And the reason we are taught that is so we can be controlled.
Yes.
That's simple as that. There's no other reason for it. It's as simple as that.
You've learnt a lot in your
20
years, haven't you?
I really have. And to come back to your previous question, to explain how it feels to be trans,
Yep.
it's like people are constantly fighting you. Constantly. Because you constantly have to explain yourself, how you feel. You have to, if you wear a certain outfit and people might not deem it appropriate, you have to explain yourself. People come up to you on the street and ask you, do you have a penis or a vagina? I'm sorry, do you ask
You are.
normal people that?
You're joking, aren't you?
I'm not joking.
You are.
I'm not joking.
People come up and ask you that?
Plenty of times, whether I have a penis or a vagina.
Strangers?
Yeah.
No way.
Yes.
That is outrageous. That is not normal.
Ah, there you go. See, would you ask a
No.
cis person? Would you go up to any? It's none of anyone's business unless
No.
you're my partner or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
People
is-
ask that all the time.
That is so hurtful. What answer do you give?
I
F off?
say it's none of your damn business
Yeah.
unless you're having sex with me.
Just, oof. Let's talk about your sex life.
Okay.
Can we?
Yeah, of course.
Do you have a partner?
No. No, I don't.
Never?
Never.
Do you engage in sex?
No.
Never?
I have.
Yeah, since the operation?
Yeah.
Through your new apparatus?
Yes.
How did you feel about that? Did you get the feeling from it? Did you orgasm?
No, I didn't, because one, for a woman to have an orgasm is a very difficult thing. And for a transgender person, it's even more difficult. I know exactly how I can get an orgasm
Mm-hmm.
and what it takes.
Mm-hmm.
But that person who I was with at the time, I didn't feel like I could explore that at that moment. So I just kind of ignored it. It was just very painful.
Did you have sexual intercourse to please yourself or to please somebody else?
Myself. 100%.
Just to see if you could do it?
Mm-hmm.
And was it okay?
I had a great time, but it was very painful.
Was it?
Yeah.
Will it get easier?
It will, because if you want me to get graphic again, basically every day for the rest of my life, I have to do it myself to keep it from closing.
Right.
So the more I explored my own body,
Mm-hmm.
and the more that I did that, the more comfortable it's gotten.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely think if I have a sexual partner in the future, it'll get more comfortable.
It's more comfortable. So you're using a vibrator or something, are you? What's,
Yeah.
you
Well, it's called a dilator.
okay, and that keeps you open.
Yeah.
So forgive me, if you didn't use that, you'd heal up.
Yeah. You have
Wow.
to close.
Good God.
So we don't want that.
No, you don't, do you? But you can orgasm.
Yes.
So how do you orgasm?
So the clitoris
Mm-hmm.
is made of the tip of the penis,
Right.
which is the sensitive part.
Yes.
So through oral sex,
Okay.
or because for a man, your G-spot is your prostate,
Mm-hmm.
which is accessed from the back. But when you get your surgery done, they leave it in. So if you're penetrated from the front,
Mm-hmm.
it actually hits
Oh, okay.
your prostate, which
Right.
gives you an orgasm, which means I can have an orgasm with penetration, which a lot of women can't.
Through the front or the back?
Yeah.
Okay. And which way do you prefer it?
I've only tried one way, so yeah. I wouldn't know.
No. Now, a serious question.
Mm-hmm. I might laugh, but that's not because I find it
That's
funny.
all right. That's all right. I understand it's embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing, it's just...
It's awkward for me.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah. Very awkward. It is. It is. I mean, I promise
I know,
you,
yeah,
it's educational, and it's something
Mhm.
that I feel people need to know.
It's
People
new.
need to be educated.
Yeah.
People need to understand. Do you, when you have a partner
Mm-hmm.
in the future, and I hope
Mhm.
you're very happy, and I hope you aspire to
Thank you.
the children and maybe a marriage. But for the time being, next week, you find a guy that you particularly find attractive, and you start a relationship. Will you tell him that you were once male? Will you tell him that you've gone through a transition? Will you hide it from him?
This is a very good question. So I've tried everything. I've tried telling a guy before, during seeing him, after a while. and it's always been received badly. And the one thing that men seem to say to me is, oh, I'm not attracted to transgender people, which is bullshit because you were attracted to me 5 minutes ago before I told you. One thing they'll say is, oh, you can't have children, which makes this complicated, but so many women can't have children. I don't imagine you breaking up with your girlfriend or divorcing your wife because she can't have children. Surely that's like not okay.
This is just an excuse, isn't it?
It's just an excuse. And I don't feel obliged to tell people. I shouldn't be obliged at all. Yeah, no, it's just I shouldn't be obliged. I decide to tell people because, one, I've become a public figure, so it's not like I can keep it a secret from anyone. Social media now, everyone's on social media. If you go on my Instagram page, for example, it says it in bold letters, so it's not like I'm gonna hide it.
What does it say?
It says transgender woman.
Right.
But also, I wouldn't want to hide it because I wouldn't want to live a lie. That would mean for the rest of my life, if I had this partner, I would have to tell my family to lie about it or to just not speak about it. I would have to tell all my friends. I would have to just, shut myself down from that part of my life. And I think when you have a partner, you have to be able to talk about everything.
Yeah, sure.
You have to have that complete trust. But I will only tell someone if I feel comfortable with telling someone, not because I feel obliged to tell them.
But you build a relationship. So the foundation of a relationship has got to be honesty. Do you not think that it could be considered deceitful if you weren't open in the first place?
Not at all. Because a lot of people decide to live in stealth, which means they don't tell anyone.
Sorry, I'm not talking about a lot of people. I want to know.
But I want to address this as well, because it's important that people know.
Okay.
A lot of people, you've probably met a ton of transgender people that you didn't know about because they don't tell anyone. I'm one of the few who actually say, oh, I'm trans. But a lot of people start over a whole new life, move somewhere else, don't tell anyone, and continue with their life like that. And that's, people have to respect that. You're not obliged to tell anyone your medical past. If you, for example, had something done or whatever, it's the same with plastic surgery. You know, if someone gets plastic surgery done, are they obliged to tell the world? No, they're not.
Well, I disagree.
Oh, unless they're asked about it. No, you're not going to lie. But if you're not obliged to tell people...
No, I disagree, because my expectation... If I met you the first time and I was attracted to you and we had a few drinks and in 2 weeks' time we decided to sleep together and we went on holiday. The foundation of that relationship bears no relationship to the fact that you might have had a nose job or you might have had your ears lowered. I think this is quite a massive thing that you've had done. And
why? Because
well, it is. I respect you.
You would never know unless I told you. Never. If I were to go into a bar tomorrow.
No, I would know.
No, you wouldn't. You would. I'm sorry, but you would never. Looking at my parts, everything, having sex with me, you would never know. And this is where a lot of people always try to find an excuse. People say, when I tell them, they go, oh, I knew all along. It was your voice, or it was your eyebrows. And the reason why people do that is because they feel stupid, that I've fooled them into thinking that I'm a woman, but really I am a woman. And I'm sorry, but if I could walk into a bar tomorrow, hook up with someone, not call them again, and they would have never known.
But you've just used the word that you fooled somebody, so you've been deceitful.
No. People say that. I don't say that.
Yeah. So, okay. So you were
I don't think I fool people because I am a woman.
Yeah.
But a lot of people think that I'm fooling them into thinking that I'm a woman, but I am a woman. Why should I be obliged to tell you that I used to have male genitals if that has nothing to do with the person I am today?
Are you frightened to tell people?
Not at all.
So if
I'm frightened to tell partners.
because
yes.
that drives them away.
Not only because of that, but also because it puts me in a dangerous situation. As I told you, someone has punched me in the face before.
Yes, it's terrible.
So many transgender women, men are murdered because of the fact that they tell people. So to me, it's not a surprise at all that people don't tell people.
You hide it.
And people shouldn't be offended when I don't tell them.
But can you understand how people can get upset or be repugnant?
No, I don't.
When they find out. And well, why didn't you tell me? For 2 months and you've never told me. Why suddenly tell me now? It's got to come out, hasn't it, at some point?
What? Why? Why does it have to come out?
No, I'm not saying it has to. I think it will come out. Can you keep that secret forever?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't hide it from people.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean, because I tell you, does not mean I have to tell you.
No.
It's because I want to tell you. It's because I feel comfortable around
Yeah.
you. But I should not be obliged in any way whatsoever to tell you.
Okay.
And to come back to what you were saying earlier, that you would have known, you wouldn't. If I sat down here today with you, you had a normal conversation with me, no one would have told you anything, you would have never known.
We'll leave that there.